Hello, everyone. This is Miss Fulton. I hope you're having a great day. I missed you guys this week, but I am coming to go over some new things with you. We're going to talk about grains. I know you watched the videos on conversion. I will probably pull some of those out. If not today, tomorrow I'll post those, but I wanted to introduce you to some things. Grains, as you can see at the top, they're usually with apothecary. It's an older type of math, or dosage, and you will see that on occasion. So we are showing it to you because they're still found occasionally in the NCLEX, and we don't want to miss out on something. So grain is, if you see it in Tylenol, aspirin, or iron, it's represented as simply GR, or it can be lowercase. It can be capital G, lower, or simply GR. When you see this, they're referring to grain. So if you see it Tylenol, aspirin, or iron, it's going to be 65 milligrams. 65 milligrams if you see Tylenol, aspirin, or iron. So if you see it in any other drug, all others, OOO, as in others, it's going to be 60 milligrams when you see grain. Okay? The other formulas you need to remember: pounds to kilograms or kilograms to pounds. If you're converting from kilograms to pounds, you're going to divide the number of kilograms by 2.2, which will give you the pounds. If you're going from pounds to kilograms, you're going to divide by 2.2. The number of pounds divided by 2.2 will give you kilograms. For centimeters, if you're going centimeters to inches, if you have the centimeters but you're trying to find inches, you're going to divide by 2.5. For inches to centimeters, and reverse, inches to centimeters, because centimeters are smaller, so it's going to take more of them. You're going to multiply the number of inches by 2.5. And yes, if you try and plug these numbers into those standard converters online, they're not going to be exact, because for the NCLEX, kilograms is 2.2, that conversion. Remember, I think online those converters do like 2.25, but for NCLEX and standardization, the key, the golden number is 2.2. When you're doing conversions, either pounds to kilogram, you'll either divide or multiply by 2.2. And centimeters, there again, centimeters and inches, your golden number is 2.5. If you're going from centimeters to inches, you will divide by 2.5. If you're going from inches to centimeters, because centimeters are smaller, you will multiply by 2.5. It takes more centimeters to make an inch. Okay, and the last two formulas are our temperature conversions. To convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you will do Celsius times 1.8 plus 32. It's going to give you your Fahrenheit. And to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, you will take your Fahrenheit that is given, subtract 32, and divide it by 1.8. And that will give you your math. Okay? So those are the main formulas we'll talk about. Just moving some things down so you can see them a little more clearly. I'm going to highlight this as well. Okay? Does that help? I hope it does. So let's do a little bit of math. So convert 75 inches to centimeters. Centimeters to inches, or inches to centimeters. I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to take the number of inches and multiply it by 2.5. So 75 times 2.5 is going to give me 187 centimeters. Okay? Inches to centimeters, you're going to multiply. 75 times 2.5. Now let's go. We're going from centimeters to inches now. Centimeters to inches, we're going to divide. So centimeters, 29 centimeters divided by what? 2.5 is then going to give me my result, 11.6 inches. Here we go, centimeters to inches again. So what are we going to do? We're going to divide. So 4.5 divided by 2.5. It's going to give me 1.8 inches. Now let's try converting pounds to kilograms. Here we go. Pounds to kilograms, we're going to divide the number of pounds by 2.2. So 84 divided by 2.2, that gives me 38.18. But how far do we want to go with that decimal? We're going to round to the 10th place when we're talking about weight. So 38.2 kilograms. We're just doing adult dosage or simple straight across conversion. We're going to convert to the 10th place, not the hundredths. Okay. So next, we've got 150 pounds to kilograms. What did we say? Pounds to kilograms, because kilograms are bigger, so it takes fewer of them to make the pounds. We're going to divide the pounds by 2.2. So 150 divided by 2.2 gives us 68.18. So here we go again. Same issue. We're going to round to what? 2.2, because this 8 is bigger than 5 or greater than 4. 5 and greater, we round up. So, because we're stopping at the 10th place. Here, let's do a little of the temperature conversions. We're going from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And so with Celsius to Fahrenheit, we're going to plug in for the C. We know F is what we're looking for, but the Celsius is 52, so plug that in. We're going to multiply it times 1.8, and then what? Simply add the 32. We're plugging in straight across the formula. So once we do the math, the 52.18, 52 times 1.8 gives us 93.6 plus 32. That gives us 125.6. Okay. So same issue. We're going from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So what are we going to do? We're going to plug in Celsius, which is 23. It is given. Multiply it times 1.8. Still plug in. We're just using the whole formula. Plus 32. So we get 41.4 when we multiply the 23 times 1.8. Still add the 32, gives us 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit. You do the temperature to the 10th if there's a temp there. Remember, you take your temp at home. What's normal? What is the average normal? Is 97.6. So, take a deep breath. Now we're going to do Fahrenheit to Celsius. We've been doing Celsius to Fahrenheit. So now Fahrenheit to Celsius. So the formula changes. So we know Celsius is what we're trying to get. So 97.6 is my given Fahrenheit. We plug that in. Still minus 32. We're using the same formula. Then over 1.8, we do the math on top. We get 65.6 over 1.8. Do the math, we get 36.4 degrees Celsius. And you have to indicate that it is a degree if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit. Because we won't know unless it's marked. If you just say 36.4 degrees, I don't know if you're talking about Fahrenheit or Celsius. Okay? So here's our last of these type of conversions. Sorry, it's on a separate page, guys. So here we're looking at Fahrenheit again. We have our Fahrenheit, so we're trying to go to Celsius. So we're going to use this same formula. We're going to plug in Fahrenheit into the F spot. So that's 103.4. We're still going to subtract the 32, then put it over the 1.8, do the math on top. We get 71.4 over 1.8, which then we're going to divide the 71.4 by 1.8. That gives us 39.6 degrees Celsius as our answer. Remember, you have to put the degrees Celsius. Otherwise, we do not know what that temp is. Next one. Now, we have seen this problem before, but if you'll notice, the physician has prescribed Naldolol or Coreg 0.12 grams. The tablets are available in 120 milligrams. So we have to make sure these are matching up. They have to be the same type. If it's milligrams, it's milligrams. We have to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges. So we need to convert one of these. It is best to convert your prescribed to what is available. That only makes sense. I have to look at what's on hand to make sure it matches. So you had the rule. First, we need to, there again, assure the desired and available are in the same format. So prescribed is 0.12 grams. Our available is 120 milligrams. So we need to convert prescribed grams to milligrams, so you are working with the same format. So we're going to use the King Henry Diet by Drinking Chocolate Milk format. Remember, your B is your base. That's your liters, meters, or grams. So for this, we're working with grams. So our grams would be here at our base. And then we move here because we're moving how many spaces to get from grams to milligrams. Milligrams is way over here. And we're trying to get from here, the red base, which is grams. So we're going to move how many? 1, 2, 3 spaces. So we come here and look at this, our decimals here. So we go 1, 2, up, we need a 0. So we're going to put a 0 here and move our decimal way over here. So it becomes 120 milligrams because we moved our decimal 3 spaces, guys. Once we do that, now we have our available. So because 120 is our available and 120 milligrams is our desired, we've got 120 milligrams desired over 120 milligrams available or have times 1. That gives us 1 tablet. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Our order is 12.5 grains, GR. That's grains right here, guys. That's what grains can look like in a question. Each tablet on hand consists of 250 milligrams. So how many tablets are needed to administer a single dose? Let's pull this over. We got to do some conversion again. Focus down here. I know I've worked out the problem, but I want you to see step by step. So our grain, this is a other because it doesn't say Tylenol, aspirin, or iron. So we're going to go with other. Typically, they will tell you what it is. But so other is other starts with the 0, 60 milligrams. If it's not Tylenol, aspirin, or iron, it's going to be 60. All others are 60 milligrams per grain. So if it's 60 milligrams per grain, and I have 60, I'm going to multiply it times the number of grains I have. I have 12.5 grains times 60 equals 750. So my desired is now 750 milligrams, available in 250 milligrams. I'm going to use D over H times Q. So 750, my desired, over 250, my have, times 1. That's going to end up being 3. 3 tablets per dose. Now, here we go. Grains again. The patient is prescribed aspirin. ASA, we said Tylenol, aspirin, and iron are what? 65. So we're going to work with that in a minute. Times X. That big X means 10. This big X right here means 10. It's your Roman numeral in this situation. The bottle contains aspirin, 325 milligrams. So we're going to convert our aspirin to milligrams. How many tablets will you give? I know I've worked it out over there, but we're going to come down here and do step by step. So my grains, my Tylenol, aspirin, iron, is going to be 65 milligrams per grain. I have how many grains? 10 grains. So 65 times 10 equals 650 milligrams. 650 milligrams is my desired. Available is 325. So if I'm going to use DHQ again. My desired is 650. My have is 325 times 1. My quantity is 1. So that ends up 650 divided by 325 equals 2. So now I have 2 tablets is my individual dosage. See here, aspirin, all Tylenol, aspirin, and iron are what? 65 milligrams per grain. So if I've got 65 times 10, that gives me my 650. 650 divided by 325 times 1 gives me my 2 tablets. So let's look at this one. I have the math worked out again, but then I'm going to show you step by step. So the physician has requested 125 micrograms is ordered every morning. The vials are 0.5 milligrams in 2 milliliters. How much medication in milliliters will the patient receive in a single dose? So first, I have 125 micrograms. I need to convert to milligrams. I would tell you, when you have micrograms, to divide it is simply divided by 1,000. So when you do, or move the decimal 3 places, so if I'm going to move the decimal 3 places to the what? Left, it would be behind the 5. That's 1, 2, and 3. That's going to give me 0.125 milligrams. My desired now is 0.125 milligrams. My available is 0.5 milligrams. So now 0.125 divided by 0.5. My volume, or my quantity, is 2. So times 2 equals 0.5 milliliters. I'm still using DHQ. E over H times Q. And remember, my desired is 0.125 milligrams. My available is 0.5 milligrams. My quantity is 2 mils, and that ends up being 0.5. Let's look at these last two. Yay! The pre-op patient is ordered atropine grain 1 over 150 IM intramuscular. The vial contains atropine 0.4 milligrams per mil. How much medication will the patient receive per dose? Okay, do not let this fraction throw you. The way you convert it, you can just simply multiply the grain times the 1 over 150. So grain ends up being, at this point, because it is one of the others, others, it is what? What was the number we said? 60, correct? All others are 60, so we could literally do 60 times 1 over 150. That ends up being, basically it rounds up to 0.4. It would be 0.39, which equals 0.04. It ends up being 0.4 milligrams. My desired is 0.4. My available is 0.4. So it's 0.4 mil. So my quantity is 1. So I end up giving 1 milliliter per single dose. The last one, guys. Yay. Levothyroxine. We have Synthroid. They ordered it 0.1 milligrams is ordered. The pharmacy sends 50 microgram tablets. So earlier we talked about milligrams and micrograms. We're gonna, what? In this case, we're going from milligrams to micrograms. So we're gonna multiply times 1,000. So when we multiply times 1,000, we get 100 milligrams. I'm sorry, we get 100 micrograms. We get 100 micrograms. So when we look here, first was convert the 0.1 milligrams to micrograms. So 0.1 milligrams equals 100 micrograms. Our desired is 100 micrograms. Available is 50 micrograms. So 100 over 50 times 1, because that's the quantity, is 2 tablets. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is how it works. These are some problems. I just want you to play with them, look over them. I've got the instructions here, and I'll be posting some problems, or you can actually work these problems again. I'll send them out without the coverage. I'll send them. You can print them or do them without the covering on them. So play with these a little bit. I'll send you some more out. I just want you to look at it tonight, chew on it, try and memorize the grains of Tylenol, aspirin, and iron equals 65 milligrams. All others, others equals 60. And then remember the formula for kilograms to pounds. The same number, 2.2, know when to divide or multiply. When you're going from pounds to kilograms, you divide. From kilograms to pounds, you multiply. Then centimeters to inches, divide by 2.5. Inches, centimeters times 2.5. And remember your conversion. So you do need to start working on these. Just look at it, go over it. I will probably post some problems. If not tonight, I will definitely have some posted tomorrow. Okay, guys. I hope it works well for you. Let me know. And I will talk to you later. Have a good day.